Hey y'all, it's your girl, and I'm here to deliver Gemini's intuitive Torah message for the collective. Hope all is well. Remember only to take what resonates and leave what does not. If the message is not for you, Gemini, don't force it. It is not for you. Also, don't forget to flip and change the roles as you see them fit. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel or paid a visit to my Etsy shop, the link is under my bio. How are you feeling today, Geminis? I hope you're feeling happy, healthy, vibrant, and blissful. Let's see what message Spirit has for you all. Bottom of the deck, 7 of Candles. 7 of Candles indicates defensiveness, standing up for what you believe in, standing your grounds. It's also a card of multitasking and negotiating. Is there anything else? It's a very defensive card. Resistant, as well as resistant. So let's see. Strength card. Strength is Leo energy, and it signifies inner strength, compassion, and courage. So I know compassion and strength doesn't seem like it's aligned with each other, but it's indicating a need to have the strength to stay compassionate when you are faced with challenges in life and adversaries. Don't grow angry. Don't let your mind consume you. Don't let your ego consume you. This is all about self-control and remaining compassionate, because you have to be a really strong person to hold compassion for ignorant people, for fucked up situations, when things don't go your way. That is very hard to remain compassionate. So that's what inner strength is in this case. All right? So yeah, a Leo could be significant to this message. Gemini doesn't have to be, but let's see what this is all about. Because I do see defensive and resistant and standing your grounds and standing up for what you believe in or fighting back. But then there's a need to also stay compassionate, have the strength to stay compassionate. So it's almost like facing a challenge or a person in a persuasive, cunning type of way, rather than in a dominating, angry, controlling type of way. Okay? Okay. We have the Hierophant. This was going to come out in your first, excuse me. This was going to come out in your first reading, but I had to start your reading, start all over again because I slipped. I slipped. Like my foot, because I'm trying to, I don't want to open the window. It's too cold. So I'm ducking down, but my legs are wide open. And I'm trying to fit into the screen and not be all the way up here. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like this. And this was the card that came out when I did, see, I'm about to slip again. When I did your first reading, when I started your reading, but I slipped, so I had to start all over. But look, it's coming back out again. That is Taurus energy, the Hierophant. The Hierophant indicates beliefs and traditions and the way someone is accustomed, like the beliefs or certain way of thinking or a certain way of acting. It's a custom, like it was passed down to them from generation to generation. You were taught it, because the Hierophant is all about established education and knowledge and traditions and beliefs, okay, not your own. So someone may be accustomed to something, a certain way of being, a certain belief, a certain way of thinking. So maybe that's the reason why you might have to hold some type of self-control, because this is how someone was raised to be, Or maybe you're raised to be a certain way and you're resisting. Or flip it anyway. Flip it anyway. This could be you. This could be somebody else. But two ways of seeing it is resisting because someone is accustomed to a certain way of being. And, you know, someone needs to hold some compassion for them. You could be angry with somebody, but you also have to kind of have some type of self-control if you know someone is accustomed to a certain way of being. So that means you got to kind of have some patience with them and self-control with yourself. Because then look, strength card coming out again. Have some self-control. Control your anger when it comes down to dealing with people who are accustomed to a certain way of being and vice versa. Okay? They could be resisting because they've been resisting and staying in a certain way all their life. Excuse me. Gosh, this drink is making me like burp and stuff. But let's see where this is going. We have the Three of Potions. So yeah, Three of Potions is, it's a card of celebration, but it's also a card of connecting with people and sharing your feelings or your interests with others. It's a card of reunion and celebration. So it's almost saying like, how can we all come together and share our different views, our different ways of being, and have, you know, some type of compassion for everyone's way of being, okay? It can also be a card of reconciliation or reunion. But the Three of Potions is all about your social life and sharing your feelings and emotional support with others. And, you know, just trying to grow with people who have different, and look, the Three of Presents. Trying to grow and work with people who have different backgrounds or different beliefs or different ways of being in life. All should be celebrated. Spirit is saying, I can't see why you can't work together unless your ego is bigger than your compassion, you know? Unless your ego is bigger than the bigger picture, which the bigger picture, the ego should never be bigger than the bigger picture. But the Three of Presents is a card of execution, and learning how to work with others, build with others, have compassion for others, share your feelings and emotions with others, and coming together and still being able to grow and create and manifest, you know, because it's like you all want the same, everybody wants the same thing. It's almost like religion. Everybody swears there's this one God, and this God, my God is better than your God, and your God's better than mine, and you know what I'm saying? But if you listen to all the stories, they all want the same thing: love and truth. Okay? So just because there's different names doesn't mean it's not one force. And man is just getting in the way. Man is always getting in the way of something. Now, you want to have traditions and customs and all that stuff, that's fine. But it doesn't make what you're doing more righter than the way someone else does something, is basically what this is saying. So there's a need to work together. I don't know if this is in the workplace. I don't know if this is different people with different religions. We do have the Hierophant. That's all about religious beliefs or spiritual beliefs. We have the Eight of Potions, which indicates walking away from things that do not serve you. Someone has had enough. So they could be unwilling and resisting to work with another.